In this video, I'm going to talk about how to restart your writing after a period of not writing. This happens to everyone, so it's a good idea to learn how to deal with it. Not writing. Despite our good intentions of writing every day, we sometimes get sidetracked with personal things, work things, and other things that are writing related but take up time, like websites, mailing lists, and marketing. This is going to happen to you at one point or another, and it's going to happen many, many times. In fact, it's one of the few constants in this business. I try my best to write every day, but sometimes it doesn't happen. I've learned to be okay with that though, and I'll tell you why at the end of this video. But here are some simple strategies for restarting your writing whether you've missed one day or 1 year. Techniques are the same. Step 1, reconnect with your passion. Remember why you're writing the project in the first place. One of the things I love to do is create a playlist of music that makes me think of my current novel in progress. That way, when I sit down in the chair, I've reconnected and I'm ready to write because I've been listening to music all day. You don't have to do this, but do think about what gets you excited. Remember, writing is supposed to be fun. So if you can't get excited about a project, find another project. Step 2, start, but start small. Don't expect to write 10,000 words your first day back. Completely unrealistic. Instead, focus on writing small amounts of words, maybe 50% of what you normally write. Then, gradually work your way back up to your normal word count. This way, you'll feel like you've started and you'll get the thrill, but you'll also be going easy on yourself. After the first day or two, you'll probably be so excited about getting back up to speed that you'll hit or exceed your regular word count in no time. Step 3, be prepared for the emotional roller coaster. The longer I write, the more I realize how predictable my emotions are at certain points in my novel. For example, I notice that the moments when I'm most happiest about my progress are followed almost immediately by moments when I'm most unhappy about my progress. The key is to keep writing though, because it ultimately doesn't matter how you feel. Step 4, have a plan and be aware. Because it's going to happen again, it's a good idea to reflect on what worked about your restarting session. Did it work? How long did it take? Was there something you did that worked particularly well? Bad? Write this stuff down because it's gold. The next time you get sidetracked, you may forget about them, so it's a good idea to have a file you can refer to when things get you down. Follow those 4 steps and you'll be surprised at how quickly you get back up to speed. But there's another important lesson. Writing goals at the end of the day are arbitrary. If you had them, that's good, but don't put so much pressure on yourself to write. As I said before, everyone has periods where they don't write, and to think that you're going to write 24/7, 365 is probably unrealistic. Life happens. I've seen so much authors put pressure on themselves to write that they choke. Then, these same authors put even more pressure on themselves to restart their writing that they choke again. And then they go nowhere with their careers. Remember, writing should be fun. If it's stressing you out, then you're doing it wrong. The law of averages works in your favor. You may not write every day, but if you're writing every chance you get and you're diligent about not wasting your time, it'll work in your favor. Enjoy the journey. If you don't hit your word count at the end of the year, it's not the end of the world. Just do the best you can and focus on doing one thing that will move your career forward every day, even if you can't write. Do that and you'll have a lot to be proud of at the end of the year. That's it for this video. If this is your first time watching, I'd love to have you subscribe. And if this video helped you in some way, click the like button. Thanks for watching.